Hey y'all, and welcome back to Cajun Country Living.
Today we're going to be addressing this big elephant in the pasture. And that elephant is, we have these containers now sitting on top. So we have a 2-story container thing going on here, but we have no way to access these top containers. And yes, what you're thinking is exactly correct. And we did not take all the contents out of these top containers.
Yeah, we actually thought whenever we were moving one of them, why in the world is this one so heavy? Not realizing that we left a bunch of concrete up in one of them. So that's going to be fun to take down. Say hi. Today's the day that we're going to find out if Jim is a real Cajun, y'all. Today's video is sponsored by MyHeritage. MyHeritage is a leading global family history and DNA service that makes exploring your family history easier than ever. The test is quick and simple, taking just 2 minutes. MyHeritage covers more regions than any other test and helps to discover your origins. Plus, you can find new relatives. In no time, we had our test back and we could not wait to see what the results were. Now that it's been a few weeks, we get to tell y'all what our results are and to see if Jim, I guess, is a true Cajun or not.
So it says here I'm 79.5% English, 11.9% East European, 8.6% other ethnicities. Additional genetic groups: French settlers in southwestern Louisiana, Creoles in western Louisiana and southeastern Texas.
There you have it, folks. Officially. Now let's see what Lads is. Ladley is 37.5% Northern Western Europe, 32.6% English, and 29.9% 3 other ethnicities. So not only does hers show those Creoles in western Louisiana and southeastern Texas and the French settlers in southwest Louisiana, but the southern U.S., number 10, number 5, number 11, number 7, I guess is what she gets from me. She was also a 49.9% match to Jim, so I get to hold that 0.1% over Jim. MyHeritage has a promotion going on right now. Click the link in the description box or scan the QR code that's going to be listed here on the screen and use the coupon code for free shipping. Thank you, MyHeritage, for helping us learn more about our family lineage and for sponsoring this video.
We've been accessing them using just a step ladder, then crawling from the step ladder on top of one container and then going through the doors and so forth and so on. But today we're going to be putting in a temporary solution to fix that problem. It's going to be kind of a more permanent, temporary.
That's what I was going to say. Because it seems like it's going to be more permanent than temporary for now anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be temporary in a long-term fashion.
Some of y'all guessed that we were going to do drop-door stairs. Some people guessed that we were going to rig some type of crazy hoodus up. And some of y'all guessed that we were going to put in a spiral staircase. And ding, 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 those people are the winners.
And it's not the drop-door concrete stairs. That would be massive. So we got a lot of questions on the last video. Why didn't you use Big Red to move those containers over there where you were going to be staging them? You got a big brand new tractor. Why wouldn't you use that instead of a skid steer? Well, I'll tell you why. This tractor is brand new. You might as well say brand new. Only a few months old. We went out here to start this tractor, and this little unit right here had gone out. So this is the shuttle switch. In order for the tractor to start, this has to send a signal to the tractor to let it know it's in neutral and everything's good to go. You put it in gear, forward, neutral, reverse. So we were dead in the water. Had to go to the dealer, got another switch, replaced the switch, but of course that was the day after we moved the containers. Did us no good, but at least we have an operating tractor now.
And also, lucky for us, I think our luck's just turning around, Jim, because lucky for us, the dirt doctor was not using his skid steer, so he, of course, brought it over, said, here y'all go, have free range. And we just got really, really lucky that he was not using that. So once again, dirt doctor comes in to save the day. We really got to stop doing that because he's going to get too big of a hit. Now, that piece that Jim did replace, they did say that we could bring the tractor in and they could fix it for us, but it was going to be like a month out that we were going to have to leave our tractor there. It's just been really busy because last year it was so dry and we had all those wildfires and it was just a crazy year last year, that they said that this year being that the weather's been a little bit more mild, that they've had people just really in overdrive. So they've had a lot of repairs, a lot of stuff going on. Typically it wouldn't take a month, but because of how busy they've been, that's what it would have been. So it was just easier for Jim to just fix the tractor part and go on. So since Jim got it fixed, he had to test her out and went ahead and cut a whole hay patch the other day. As you can tell by the grass left on the bush hog.
And she works like a charm.
It was thick, wasn't it?
It was really thick. I love that tractor. So make no mistakes, I'm still a fan of the tractor. Just had a faulty switch, it happens. So back here in the old Cajun country scrapyard, we've been hiding this little, I'd say extremely rough little gem right here that we got off the internet.
So we got this set of stairs. We saw them and they were $800. They look extremely rough, like they should have been worth maybe $400. But the bones are good of this structure. Yes, it needs a little TLC. We're gonna have to do a little sandblasting, a little rust repair, and maybe some dent begons are going to be needed in this circumstance, but overall, really truly y'all, this was a good purchase for $800. Given that this is made of complete steel, really that was not a bad price.
We were able to get these things probably a month and a half ago, something like that, because we can see right through all of this obvious imperfections in the beauty. This is going to buff right out. These are going to be some nice stairs. A little bit of love, a little bit of TLC.
Now luckily Jim did fix the tractor, because I'm not sure that we would be able to like roll these or haul these with the buggy. I don't know.
These are extremely heavy. I mean, there's nothing you can do with these things except pick them up with a tractor or drag them with some kind of equipment. I had no idea they were going to be this heavy.
So these stairs have been previously connected to a container. So these should just be able to slip right in place. We might have to end up shifting them around a little bit to make them fit, but we have a few different places that we could set these on the slab that we can get access upstairs. So we're just gonna have to bring them over there and really see what we can do.
Now, one thing about these stairs are you get on the same place that you get off. You know what I mean? So you come up here and then you go back out here. That's not going to work for our particular situation. We might have to get a, gas hatchet or something and trim some of these handrails off to make it fit, but he had it set up on a high cube container, had it tacked in place. That's exactly what we're going to do.
All right, I got the package secured.
I think everything is perfect until something catastrophic happens and it falls and breaks. But other than that, looks great. Okay, so that's a big take two. So I guess I was thinking too much here. This is taller than what we actually have tractor lift for. So by the time that I would get it up close to where it needs to be, the stairs would be all the way up against the side of the tractor. So we're gonna have to re-rig it, get it over there close to where it's gonna go, and then maybe we can stand it up enough to get it in place.
How many people do you think were screaming at home thinking, Don't do it. You don't got enough room.
We
Don't
can
do
see
it.
what you can't. You're gonna die.
So we're just gonna take this chain right back off like it was never here. You know, I could just edit all this out and act like we did it the first time, but what would be the fun in that? We're gonna take this off of here. We're just gonna move it more to the middle. Tractor shouldn't have a problem picking it up and pack it over there. And before we do that, Jim's gonna try to, what would you even consider that?
I'm gonna fork it.
You'd have more stability if you forked it than the rocking back and forth motion of just the one.
Yeah, fork it. We'll
Oh.
get it.
Comes round, you better run for cover, or he's gonna keep you up all night. He's gonna take you out and get you lit and call your brother. You're in a plate out in a fight. He'll leave you knocked down, sitting crying for your mother. And when you're on the ground, he'll pick you up and say, have another boy. You better run for cover when Willie comes around.
I gotta tell you, that move over here went slicker than I thought it was gonna go.
Watch it fall off here now. Well, like we said a while ago, we have to cut this side of the handrail off to be able to stand it up, put it up against the side of the container, and we'll still be able to access the bottom. If we put it up there like it is now, we would have to walk inside the container and through the wall. You know, that obviously is not gonna work.
So in other words, this right here, this side of this platform is gonna go up against the container. So we need this to be gone. That way we can walk right on to the top of the other container. I don't know if we're confusing people by explaining our two different ways of thinking or if it makes it easier.
I'm doing a pretty good job of confusing myself. I can't speak for anybody else. So we got the top rail cut off with the cutoff wheel on the grinder. We got to cut the bottom rail out, whatever you want to call that thing. And then we're going to cut off one side of each of these tacks down here on the bottom. Now, as luck would have it, by the looks of this, whoever did that was a worse welder than I am even. So it should be fairly simple. And being as this is square tubing, I'm just going to grind one side of the tacks off. I'm going to put this crescent wrench on there. Man, I get eat up so much over calling this a crescent wrench, but it'll always be a crescent wrench for me. Adjustable wrench for the people that are sensitive. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it on that square tubing and we're going to break the other one off. Unless that don't work, and then I'll grind the other side off too.
you go, folks. The proper way to remove staircase rails.
I think it's the proper way here, but I think anywhere else in the galaxy that would be known as a near miss.
It's a good thing that you had your steel toes on.
It's all about body position. You know, you gotta stay safe.
Hey, speaking of, now that it's starting to rain, I really need you to help me with something real quick.
What?
I have wore these boots completely out on the tops anyway, to where I've got holes, but only in the tops really. The bottom actually have a lot of tread left, so I really don't want to get rid of them.
I have a very inconspicuous fix for that. Nobody will ever see this. There you go. Only your closest 500 friends are going to notice. There you go. No more leaks. Open safety.
Okay, but not really to make a match, but seriously, I got a huge hole in this side too.
I'm just an old lump of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Look at that. Huh?
What?
Slick.
Make it look like I can move it. Alrighty. Now I won't have any leaks. So y'all can really see how much of this is made of metal now that we've got it hanging up in the air. And y'all, it's really thick stuff, so I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. If y'all have any good suggestions of what color we should paint it, and caution orange is not an option. We'll see. So last time we hooked it right here underneath this pipe. So this time we're gonna hook it up underneath this pipe further down, and maybe we'll be able to get a little bit more leverage to be able to stand it up. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Worst that could happen is it could fall, or we'd have to set it back down. No, that we're gonna chip any paint.
I'm going to give you complete props for that whole situation because there's no way that I would not have just train wrecked our tractor. Probably every single side of it, the glass would have been shattered. So,
Kind of like that Geico commercial. You remember that old Geico commercial? Even a caveman could do it. Super easy. I mean, like taking a break. There was no high tensions, no nervous anxiety, no issues whatsoever. Just a good smooth transition.
okay, so we obviously know that the stairs are set in place. Right now, it just has one tack in it. And we're giving Jim a lot of faith in his welding skills right now.
No
I'm
problem.
just kidding.
No problem.
But if y'all can tell, we have the level up here because that platform that's on the top is hanging down just a little bit. So we really need to jack that up and get that level. That way, anytime that we're doing any work up here, anytime that we're trying to do any type of movement going up and down, we're not trying to fight that unleveled area.
So the issue is the back of the platform is level and the area of the platform that's up against the container is like this. So we're going to try to jack it up and get it pretty close to level. If we jack the back up and make it perfectly level, then the front's going to be out of level. So we're just going to find a happy medium.
Call her good.
Tack it.
And tack her.
That turned out really nice, except for they look hideous. Little compound polish, little elbow grease.
What about that right there?
That might require a love tap hoodus.
I think or multiple love tap hoodices and some earplugs for sure. That's going to be there for a while.
Well, that could have been a lot worse, but at least we have access to the top now, and it's a really secure, heavy-duty platform to get there with. I'm pleased. You like it?
I love it. I think it looks great.
Adds a little something, you know what I mean?
Well, that went pretty good, and it's starting to rain a little bit more on us, so I guess that means that we get to call it for the day and go get us a little shot of 90 weight.
That sounds good. Nothing like a little midday coffee, because it is drizzling rain, and I feel like that third monkey, you know what I mean? And it's starting to rain.
And I think I'm going to get on Amazon and try to find me some new boots. Not that I don't love your tape job, honey. It's just a little excessive. Maybe I should leave it. What do y'all think? Give me your honest opinions.
I think it adds a little something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little snazz. You don't want any dull rubber boots. You want something that says, hey, I'm wearing rubber boots today.
MyHeritage has a promotion going on right now. Click the link in the description box or scan the QR code that's going to be listed here on the screen and use the coupon code for free shipping.